Pacific qualifiers. And the first pitch is a strike over the middle of the plate, 0-1. Monterrey 2 for 5 in the tournament.
Yeah, and for Zimmerman here, just getting ahead of hitters already in the first batter is hopefully a telltale sign of what is going to be for him today.
Oh, 2. Golf back foul. So we've seen the fastball, and it's a pretty tight breaking ball from Zimmerman there, just spun off the plate. This is Zimmerman's first appearance in the Senior League World Series. He hasn't hit, he hasn't pitched. Makes you wonder if they were saving him for this game.
Looks like it. I know he hasn't had much action, but looks like he's got some good pitchability from this first hitter.
2-2 pitch. Too high for Monterrey. If we've said it once, we've said it 1,000 times in this tournament. Walks will kill you. It did yesterday for Canada against Venezuela. 3-2 pitch from Zimmerman. It's way upstairs. Ball 4 to Monterrey. A leadoff walk for Philippines, and they've got something cooking in the top of the first inning.
Now batting number 8, Platon.
Janiel Platon. That's from the left side and takes on the outer corner, 0-1. Platon is 1 for 5 in the Senior League World Series. Got some speed aboard at first, but Perez Spitaleri is a really strong arm behind the plate. Fly ball caught by Fernandez. 1 away.
Your next batter, number 19, Atienza.
Zimmerman's misses have not been egregious. Walked the leadoff man, but has been around the strike zone so far. And that's where his misses have come. Upstairs, hasn't been able to get on top of the fastball.
Yeah, I think right here, just for him, you know, first he needs to get his feet wet just to be able to get in this tournament, but understand what these hitters can truly do and just stay within himself.
The irony of that, Tony, is everybody was getting wet through the first 3 days of this tournament. So maybe we should try a different metaphor or adage to describe what Zimmerman should do. Want to avoid any wetness if we can. This ballpark has been battered by the elements.
Stay in the dry lands.
Ball and 2 strikes to Rodrigo Alienza. I don't know how that breaking ball didn't hit him. 2-2. Alienza's favorite player is Freddie Freeman. Pretty good choice.
It's a good guy to watch.
It's my favorite growing up, that's for sure.
I loved getting on first base and always talking with him, even off the field. Good guy to talk to off the field as well.
You were talking to me about being a player and being in the game. You're so in the moment that when you would get an opportunity to talk to a player like Shohei Ohtani or Freddie Freeman, guys that are first ballot Hall of Famers, as this is floated into shallow right. Mohen is not going to be able to get there in time. A bloop single, and the Philippines have him first and second with just one out. Good piece of hitting by Alienza. It's his first hit of the tournament, and the line continues for the Asia-Pacific representatives.
Yeah, and for Alienza right here, this ball's low and in, but he's able to tuck his hands in and just bloop something to right field. Great job by him getting down the line because he was almost thrown out at first base.
But what you said was you never really thought about the future Hall of Famers when you were playing against him. It was after the fact that you really said, man, I got to play against this guy or play with this guy more often than not.
Yeah, I feel like once you're in the moment and you're out there and you're competing and you're in between the lines, you of course have an appreciation for these guys, but at the same time they're still your opponent and they're still trying to beat you.
Daniel Manaig, the cleanup hitter for the Philippines. Perez Spitaleri almost caught Alienza napping at first base. Manaig is serving as the starting pitcher for the Philippines as well. And we've seen it. We saw it in our final game yesterday. Starting pitchers can help themselves out. Riley Omine for Hawaii had 4 RBIs, including the game's first. It's up and in.
Yeah, Omine, he was fun to watch yesterday.
Two, one. Hit in the air and foul ground to the right side. Mohen to the wall and not enough real estate to keep that ball in the confines of JBO and Sports Complex. Even count from Zimmerman. Again, the Philippines really making him work. Curaçao began with a 3-1 shocking loss to Canada, who had played about as bad of baseball as you can play in a winning effort as I've seen. And Canada turned things around with that 3-1 win. Curaçao's offense was held in check. Then a 7-0 win over Australia. They have a little bit of momentum coming into today. 2-2. Cut on and missed. Absolute smoke at the top of the zone. Manaig retired, 2 away.
Yeah, if you go through this at bat from Zimmerman, he kind of worked down, and then this fastball up kind of changed the eye level for the hitter right there, and I feel like Zimmerman continues to do that. He'll have some success today.
So Justin Marudo tried to ambush the first pitch. 0-1. Marudo also plays basketball. So his middle name, I'm not sure if it's pronounced billionaire, but he'll feel like one if he can poke one up the middle and give his team an early lead.
Hit the bat.
That's a tough break for Marudo. He ducked out of the way. The bat stayed behind his shoulder. He didn't tuck the bat in. I wonder if maybe the ball got his wrist before it got the bat.
I think the vibration of just holding that bat with one hand is probably what gave him a little bit of pain.
0-2, struck him out. Zimmerman back-to-back strikeouts to retire the side. Curaçao keeps Philippines from scoring in the first. Here, the numbers I looked at there, no walks, 3 strikeouts. He'll have to keep a really strong Curaçao order in check. Name to look at there, Tamir Mohen, 4 for 6 with an RBI and a run scored. He's at the bottom part of the order, but Perez Spitaleri hit one of the hardest baseballs we've seen in their matchup versus Australia went all the way to the fence in right field. First pitch to Menaig is called a strike, 0-1. Perez Spitaleri, the catcher for Curaçao. Menaig pitched in back-to-back games, August 2nd and August 3rd. So he's already pitched twice in this tournament. He has a feel for kind of the flow, the pace, and what this mound feels like. That's advantageous in comparison to Zimmerman, who has not pitched yet in this series, as he gets Perez Spitaleri to roll over to second for the first out of the inning.
Now by number 7, Yale.
So it's Jadlyn Wheel. Wheel is signed with the Texas Rangers. That's why he's wearing the helmet that he is. 5'7", 172 pounds. He'll pitch, he'll play shortstop. Sort of your do-it-all player, but hasn't boasted gigantic numbers offensively yet. 2 for 7 with a walk. Respectable for sure, but you see that helmet, you expect a different level of production.
A good hack right there. You can tell by his body language he knows he missed a good pitch right there.
Now he's going to throw strikes. Has not walked anybody yet, and that's half the battle in a tournament like this. Make sure you throw strikes. If they're going to hit the baseball, and Wheel won't, he strikes out against Menaig for the second out of the inning. You throw strikes, it's awfully tough to make a guy pay.
Yeah, I know for Wheel right here, he's a little bit probably upset with himself, chasing outside of the zone and 0-1 pitch, and hopefully next at bat when he comes around, he can kind of shore up his plate discipline a little bit more.
It's interesting watching the delivery from Menaig. He almost does a Yoshinobu Yamamoto pause from the left side. Watch as he works into his delivery. 2 balls and no strikes. See what I'm saying there, Tony?
Yeah, I think right there it's, you know, for a hitter as well, it kind of messes up your rhythm and your tempo, especially when you're trying to get a feel for the pitcher in the first couple innings. You know, you don't want to say your first at-bat is a wash, but you need to try to understand when I need to start my load versus when I need to fire through the zone.
Yadiel DeCaster hits a soft liner to first, and Alienza is there to make the catch. Side retired in order. We're scoreless through 1. On to the second on ESPN+. After that was derailed through the first 3 days of competition. But Tony, through the first inning, I mean, the story has been the pitching.
Yeah, I think for them, these two teams, so far, I mean, I think I like what we've seen. Unfortunately, in the past couple of days when the run rules came and the free passes came, you know, walks were, you know, detrimental to these teams.
It's the coaching staff for Curaçao, and also a look at Teddy Landicho, or Landicho. Excuse, sometimes I can't read my own handwriting. There's strike one to Jerwin Mala. Says The Catcher in the Rye is his favorite book. What's your favorite book, Tony?
My favorite book? Have you ever read or heard of The Power of Now? Great book.
Oh, too. It sounds like a inspirational book.
Well, I read it when I was, this was back in 2018 when I was with the Astros, and it allows you to be in the most present moment possible.
This is skied in foul territory. Sofia Jacobus will give chase, but to no avail. It's out of play.
Yeah, one of those books I feel like I'll send it to you. It's good for you.
Are you suggesting I'm not in the present moment?
I didn't say that. Don't look into the past. Don't look into the future. The best part about life is living it right now, in the now. It'd be a good audiobook for you to listen to.
That's awesome. Half the things you said, I think I've read in a fortune cookie somewhere. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As that's ripped foul. But no, I mean, I think that's awesome. Especially for people my age, kids this age, trying to stay focused on the task at hand and not look at what others are doing. For Jerwin Mala, the goal is to get on base, 2-2.
What's the last book you read?
It's a good question. I'm not a big reading for pleasure guy. I think everything has a TV adaptation or a movie adaptation. That tells you a lot about me as Mala is down swinging. That's the 3rd consecutive strikeout for Zimmerman. 1 retired in the top of the 2nd.
See, for Zimmerman's ability to stay around the zone, and for these hitters on the Philippines side, they're trying to stay within themselves, but since he's been so much around the zone, it's hard for them right now to get the bat on the ball.
It's Ross Castillo. He's 1 for 2 in the tournament. Don't see eye-popping numbers from the Philippines. They haven't scored a ton of runs. That's been one of the stories for them. They're 1-1. They've allowed 3 runs. They have scored just 2. But that's okay. All you needed to do was get 1 win, stay alive, and here you are facing Curaçao. That handcuffs Castillo. Popped up, left side. Wheel has it. 2 retired in the 2nd. So after that walk, fly out, and single in the 1st, Zimmerman is set down 4 in a row. Kyle Lumbres heading the count 2-0. Now 3-0. Fastball command has been a bit spotty for Divino Zimmerman. Definitely has life. Tough to catch up to. That's why he has 3 strikeouts through an inning and 2/3. But he has the body type. He has the makeup of what you want your starting pitcher to be. (3-1). Turned on down the line, but foul.
Yeah, Zimmerman's definitely a presence on the mound. I mean, what did he say, 6'2"?
6'2", almost 200 pounds.
Yeah.
I have to think with arms that long, he's going to get good extension. Working exclusively out of the stretch, though. 3-2. Payoff pitch, up and in. Almost got a piece of Lumbres on the way by. Second walk from Zimmerman. 2-out base runner for Philippines. Our home plate umpire, Matt Everett, getting some fresh pearls from our great staff here in Easley. Everett's calling balls and strikes. Sandley Martina is at first, Richard Condre at second, and Andrew Downs at third. That's your umpiring crew for game number 1 of our 3-game slate today. Small lead off first. Strike 1 to Arkin Vispo. Vispo is a 4-sport athlete. Plays volleyball, basketball, chess, and baseball.
Chess.
I think I learned how to play chess. I won't say. It was a shock to me 2 weeks ago when somebody sent me a game pigeon message. You ever the game pigeon on iPhone?
Okay.
Where you're playing a bunch of games through text message. Well, one of them is chess. And I had no idea what I was doing. And it took me until about 10 or 11 moves to figure out that chess you can move like diagonally. You don't have to move straight.
Good for you.
Yeah. And here I thought in my mind I was the second coming of Bobby Fischer, but it's just not meant to be.
Good for you.
3-1 pitch.
It's a fun game.
It is. It is. It's a classy game.
What's your favorite piece?
Probably a pawn. Runner going, 3-2 pitch. Fouled back. Or the rook in my maiden voyage broadcasting Major League Baseball games. I've been called that an awful lot.
Do you know which way the rook moves?
Couldn't tell you. Runner leading, tag at first, they got him. Great pickoff move by Zimmerman to retire the side. How about this pickoff move from Zimmerman to first?
It's all right, we'll get
You
there.
do have a very well-curated Instagram page.
I saw you going through it.
It was. I had to lurk a little bit. I had to figure out if I could trust the guy I was sitting next to all day yesterday. That's how society works now.
We call it fan engagement.
1-1. Ball and a strike. "16-year-old Rika speaks 4 languages, as do many people in Curaçao. He speaks English, Spanish, Dutch, and Papiamentu, which is a Portuguese dialect that has elements of different African languages, English, and Dutch. Of course, Curaçao, constituent country of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, so majority of these players speak Dutch or have an understanding of it. The 2-2 from Manai comes home and goes to the backstop, 3-2. We've seen a Texas Rangers helmet, now Kansas City Royals helmet. Do we need to do research and see if Davy J. Rika has been signed with the Royals?
Feels like a pro when you put it on.
Three-two pitch. High and outside. Leadoff walk. So Manaig retired the first three he faced in the first. Gives a free pass to Rika in front of Joshua Costa Fernandez. Costa Fernandez is 2 for 4 in this tournament. He's scored 3 runs. What have you liked so far from Manaig? I've really liked his fastball, how he's working the edges.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get a feel for him. I know that he's been a little bit erratic in these first couple of batters, 17 total pitches, and I think he's just trying to work down in the zone. I mean, sometimes when you're trying to work on top of the seam, sometimes it can kind of get away from you. So I still think he's trying to settle in within himself and, understand, let's work downhill into the zone rather than feel like you have to be so direct and pinpoint with the baseball.
Ball into strike.
And also, if you've been noticing to his glove side, he has that natural cut, that natural, looks like in between a slider and a cutter. So once he can able to get on top of that baseball and really understand, where that slot is for him, I think he's going to be more effective.
2-1. Check swing. No appeal necessary. He went around 2-2. I'm a bit surprised we're not seeing Rika on the move at first. Don't want to test the arm of Jerwin Mala. Filipino backstop. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into Mala's glove. Second strikeout for Manaig. First out of the inning. That's how you bounce back after a leadoff walk.
Yeah, and I think for Manaig right here, the special thing that he does right here is this ball, like I said, is kind of cutting away from those lefties. And the hard part about it is you want to kind of set your sights towards shortstop, and I think he just pulled off a little bit right there and tried to pull him and was unsuccessful.
That outer half of the plate has been open to Manaig. Matt Everett's zone expands a bit on the outer edge against lefties and against righties, and Daniel Manaig has not been afraid to use it. Goes right back there again, 0-2. Jaliard Imperador searching for his first hit as this goes all the way to the backstop, and now a runner in scoring position on a wild pitch.
Yeah, and see that ball from Manaig right there just kind of tail into the lefty, and I think if he's being successful on that outer half, try to work there. I would want my catcher to at least set up out there, so that would be my aiming point.
1-2 pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts from Manaig. That looked like a changeup into the lefty.
Now batting number 22, Mohan.
Tamir Mohan, he's been the most productive offensive player for Curaçao. 4 for 6, an RBI, a run scored. Surprising to see him this far down in the order with those numbers, but a big chance here.
Yeah, you'd think he'd be a little higher in the lineup.
also have to think that this team has played together for a long time, grown up together through the Little League circuit. They know their strengths, they know their weaknesses, and probably use this lineup more often than not and come to the conclusion that this is the most effective assembly of their players. Also, if Mohen has been hitting in the 7th spot and is going 4 for 6, must be a reason why he's getting so many opportunities.
Yeah, but for me, I think that it's going to have to be, I need more at-bats out of this guy. I need more at-bats, and if I can get 4 at-bats out of Mohen, I'm moving him into the 2 spot.
2-0. Mohen on the ground into left, a base hit, right on cue. Rika rounding third. The throw is low, it's late, and Mohen moves into second with an RBI single.
But what do we know? We're just up in the booth.
That's his 2nd RBI of the tournament. And
Great
Curaçao
piece
strikes
of hitting,
first.
just pulls the ball in the 6 hole when he needs to, and just, you know, stays within himself, and Mohen stays hot. Maybe he needs to stay right where he's at in that 7 hole. Motoring around the bases right here too.
Kishore Hinkel is going to get a chance to hit with Mohen advancing to second on the throw, an RBI single. He's got a huge lead off second now, and there's strike 1. Hinkel's 1 for 5 with an RBI. They're giving him the whole right side to work with. He got a hanger and tapped it foul. That is prime real estate for Hinkel. If he can shoot it that way, it's going to be 2-0 quick. He tried it, but expanded his zone, chased up and out. And Manaig bends a little bit, gives up a run, but doesn't allow it to snowball. Curaçao strikes first.
In for Manaig, just 3rd punchy of the inning right there, punching out the side, and what a pitch by him right there, expanding the zone.
Pitch count for Asia Pacific, 31, 3-1.
This summer, the Little League World Series is off to the races.
Very complete starting pitcher. When he's put base runners on, he hasn't stressed, he hasn't bent. Now he has 9-1-2 due up for a Philippines team who find themselves down by the slimmest of margins. Arkin Vispo, who did get a couple looks at Zimmerman, will lead off the 3rd. He was at the plate when Kyle Lumbris got picked off at first. So were you ever in the batter's box when one of your teammates got picked off and then had to lead off another inning?
Yes, it's happened a couple times. But sometimes I was happy because I was down in the count. So, it can work to your advantage.
And another thing, I have to imagine so much of what you do in preparing for the game, first time, second time through the order, is getting familiar with the pitcher, what he can throw. Those extra looks that don't end up counting against you or for you have to be valuable. So that's hit a mile high to right. Mohen drifts toward the line and makes the catch.
Yeah, and I think for me too, it was another advantage just to be able to get another look and see a certain shape. And whenever I was hitting, I like to see what the pitcher's off-speed pitches were. That allowed me even a better advantage going into the next at-bat.
Back to the top of the order we go with Charles Monterey. Charles drew one of the 2 walks that Zimmerman has issued, and he's on his way to a 3rd walk with that pitch missing up and in. Mentioned earlier, Monterrey hit 600 Asia Pacific Regional Tournament. That tournament was played in Indonesia. For some of these teams, not only are they traveling a long way to get to Easley, but they're traveling a long way to their regional. Traveling to different countries, and I know that geographically the United States is a country the size of some continents.
Yeah, it just goes to show you just the love of the game that these guys have for, you know, having dreams of playing in the big leagues one day. I'll travel anywhere.
But it is a taxing experience and does play a factor in how these teams perform once they get to Easley. But a 1-2 count to Monterrey. Hit out to right. Mohen had a good beat on it. 2 retired in the 3rd.
Still a good swing by Monterrey right there. I know that he's been hot as of late. Keep swinging the bat. Stay right there.
So if you go back to that single from Rodrigue Alienza, I was just about to say he's faced the minimum. And Platon just spoiled that. Right back up the box. Two-out single brings up Rodrigue Alienza. He had a blooper to right. Atienza take down and in. Curious to see how Zimmerman responds here. He's mowing through the lower half of Philippines order, then gives up a 2-out hit. 2 balls and no strikes to Atienza. I wonder if that might have gotten some fabric on the way by.
Yeah, Zimmerman just working up and in, and I just, oof, heads up there. Good thing got out the way.
Three balls and a strike. Down and in, ball 4. So the Philippines have something cooking. It's not pork adobo, which is one of the nation's signature dishes. It's a run-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, I like this mound visit right here. Skip's just going to come out and kind of calm himself down, and you can kind of see the body language of, hey, let's just breathe a little bit. We're fine. You know, we got the lead. We got 2 outs. You know, and if you're talking with Zimmerman, hey, let's just get back. Let's get within ourselves. Let's get around the zone, and let's get this last out. Let's get out of the inning, and let's go hit.
That's Erwin Benita, one of the assistant coaches of this team. Daniel Manaig will hit with friends, family, onlookers. Hoping this game gets tied. 2 on, 2 out. Zimmerman's pitch is shot up the middle, a base hit. Reicher's got a cannon. Platone rounding third. The throw is skidded off the dirt. And it's in time at third base, but an RBI single ties the game at 1. Aggressive base running helps and hurts the Philippines.
And we've seen it before, but these pitchers in Manag just helping themselves, and what a single back up the middle. Hard hit, ball, runner getting wheeled all the way home. Catcher comes and cuts it off, and what a play right there to get the runner at third.
To the early rise.
Starting pitcher for the Philippines. But all these guys are inspired by players in the major leagues, and if you're in the Asia Pacific side of things, there's also Nippon Pro Baseball and the KBO that plays really high level baseball. Shamar Sofia Jacobus is 0 for 4 in the tournament. Interesting story about Pete Alonso, or I guess indirectly about Pete Alonso. I played high school lacrosse with his brother. I played against his brother in college.
Were they good?
His brother was really good. Good player.
What college?
Well, when I was playing college ball, I was actually right up the road from here, Wingate University.
Oh, okay.
In North Carolina, about 20 miles south of Charlotte.
Did you guys win?
We won our conference and played pretty well. You know, they were top 5 in the nation when I committed. Division II. I think I made them worse. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Shamar Sofia Jacobus. Here it comes from Manag. It's yanked to left. It's down for a hit. Jacobus will be happy with a single. Back-to-back innings for Curaçao, where the leadoff base runner reaches. Look at this swing.
Jacobus not trying to do too much, just a good solid swing that, you know, a little bat flip out there, nice little line drive. Gets himself on first base.
Daniel Perez Spitaleri has a runner aboard. Outfield aligned differently for Perez Spitaleri. Castillo is playing extremely deep and shading the right center field gap. Platone moves near the line in right, and Marudo in shallow left. Perez Spitaleri hit a ball against Australia. Almost went over the wall in right.
He pulled it?
Well, you were there. I was busy avoiding getting stung by a bee that just refused to leave me alone. But in that brief moment of peace where it wasn't in my eye line, I was able to see a beautiful swing from number 9 of Curaçao. You know, my mom always called me honey. I didn't think that it would have adverse effects, but here we are in Easley.
I'm happy you didn't get stung, man.
I'm happy too. Braver men than me would have come up and swung the bat. That actually happened yesterday for Hawaii. As a 4-pitch walk, will put runners first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd.
Now batting number 7, Will.
See a mound visit here Don't know if this is a pitching change or if they're going to strategize.
Not sure if they're going to be talking about some bunt defense right here, and I think it might be smart to get something in order and make sure your defense is all on the same page. And I think we've had some miscues on our defensive alignments when guys have squared around a bunt and the pitcher picks it up and there's nobody at first base or there's nobody at third base because the third baseman's charging and the shortstop's not covering third base. So I think the Philippines just want to make sure that they're shored up on their defensive alignments so there's no miscues.
You have Jadelyn Wheel. That's why. Favorite subject, physical education. Quiet tournament for him so far, 2 for 8, excuse me, I beg your pardon. He's squaring around a bunt. Curaçao looking to play some small ball. Take a look at this, Tony. Nobody's playing near the runner at second. Sophia Jacobus, and that bunt is perfectly executed. There's one play to first. It's made by the Philippines, but the sacrifice moves 2 runners into scoring position. And you love to see that. The ability to execute a bunt. You see it less and less at the major league level because that part of the game, unfortunately, is slowly dying. But
yeah, and I think for Will, he just puts it in a good spot, and you know, for Teddy to come out and the coach to come out and make sure that everybody was shored up on that is it's good for the Philippines to see. But at the same time, when you're Curaçao, you're coming up with DeCaster, and he's definitely a threat.
Pitch bounces away. Malak can't find it, and Curaçao takes the lead on a wild pitch. That's what bunting can do. Move the runner over. Little bit of chaos, and Curaçao leads by 1.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Philippines here, you had good bunt defense, but when we talked about free passes or we talked about giving free 90s, this is what is actually going to lead to a run. And you know, when you look up at the end of the game, unfortunately those pass balls that lead to runs will hurt you.
That might spin back into play. Yadiel DeCaster wasn't running out of the box. Almost had enough English to go back in fair territory. That's the rule. If the ball starts foul and then makes it back into fair territory before the third base or first base bag, it's a fair ball. Philippines will play their infield in. Caster lined out to first his last time up. Similar piece of contact. Could go over Atienza's head. Whole lot of room up the middle. 2-1.
And see, if I'm a left-handed hitter on the Curaçao team, I might just give myself a little bit more room closer to the plate and set my sights toward left field because of the way that Manag is pitching. You can kind of see some of those foul balls and some of those balls that are kind of tailing off of the bat and having some weird spin. It's because of the way that his pitches are moving away from those lefties.
Strike 3, and at the perfect time, Manag gets a strikeout. That's a big pitch in the early goings of this game.
Yeah, and for this Caster, he had been battling this whole at bat, and I feel like this pitch, instead of cutting away, it kind of just stayed true, middle, kind of fooled him a little bit.
It's already the 5th strikeout for Manag. Now the infield can play back. Curaçao has taken a 1-run lead off a wild pitch. Davy J. Reika scored the first run to tie the game, to give Curaçao the lead last inning. Now he has a chance to bring one home. One-0 to Rika. Almost saw a throw behind the runner. That came into play yesterday with easily facing mercy rule. Gallon Blackwell was on third base with nobody out. They needed 2 runs to keep the game alive. They were down 11-0. Throw behind him, he got tagged out. Now it's 3-0. Rika lost track of the count. He thought that was ball 4. Maybe he was trying to pull a fast one. .30 pitch. Now it's ball 4. Second walk of the inning.
Now batting number 8, Acosta.
So Acosta Fernandez, who struck out swinging, will have another chance here. Naik really not commanding as well as he did in the first 2 innings. So Acosta Fernandez at the plate. ABJ Rika stands on first. Daniel Perez Spitaleri on third. That's a pretty pitch. Ball and a strike, runner going. Mala will wisely put that in his back pocket as Rika swipes second. That's a smart play there by the catcher.
Yeah, I think right there you just put it in your pocket. We got 2 outs and Manaig's getting back into the count. Let's just, and we have a lefty hitting. Let's just go get this guy.
Acosta Fernandez has 2 in scoring position now. And nothing to swing at there, 3-1. Curaçao seeking their 4th ever Senior League World Series championship. They have won in 2002, 2018, and most recently 2023. The same little league. .31 pitch, down and away. Good eye by Acosta Fernandez not to chase. Now the bases are loaded. And with 2 outs, it'll be Jaliard Emperador. 3 walks in the inning have proven troublesome for Daniel Manaig. Emperador struck out swinging last time up. Manaig's first pitch is a strike. Emperador still hitless in the tournament.
A good time for your first one.
A great time. Holding a 1-run lead, searching for more. A 1 pitch. Beat him to the spot, 1 and 2. Manaik can get out of this with only 1 run of damage with 1 more pitch. The other side of that is 1 swing can totally flip the dynamic of this game. 1-2. Imperador was swinging for the fences. Instead, he hit the press box.
Good hack right here. If I'm Imperador, I'm just trying to work back up the middle. You can kind of see his front arm. He's kind of trying to say, hey, I need to work down toward this baseball instead of around it. And that's kind of those foul balls that you're getting and the swing through that you're getting.
One, two. Threw his hips at it, but not his hands. So Imperador able to hold up. This is a big pitch. 2-2, bases loaded. Anaig's offering is taken too high. Ball 3. Curaçao being very patient in the bottom of the 3rd. They've worked Manaig to 62 pitches. They've loaded the bases with 2 outs. They've drawn 3 walks and have already taken the lead. What does Manaig have for a payoff pitch? Here it comes. Driven to deep right. Plateaued, comes in and makes a waist-high grab. Let your defense make plays. Manaig gets out of the jam with only 1 run of damage. Zaid Martinez comes in relief of Zimmerman, who pitched 3 very strong innings. Already ahead in the count, 0-2. Zimmerman went 3 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 run. As this is rolled on the ground, a short wheel. Long throw, it's going to get underneath the glove of Hinkle. Philippines runner slides back in safely. Looks like he missed the bag the first time around. That was a tough play for Wheel, the shortstop, but the Philippines put a runner aboard in the top of the 4th down by a run. So to finish the line.
A lot going on there, and yeah, a little slow roller. Wheel comes and charges it. Hard throw, and the ball kind of stays down, and tough play.
Tough play indeed, and from bad to worse, wild pitch moves Marudo into scoring position. Philippines taking advantage. It's been a back and forth game. Curaçao scored runs in the bottom of the 2nd, bottom of the 3rd. Philippines scored in the top of the 3rd. Here we are in the top of the 4th, a chance to bring this game level with a couple good pieces of contact, or maybe even some bad bounces for Curaçao. Jerwin Mala struck out swinging his last time up. Corner infielders start to creep in for Curaçao. This is skied toward left. Will it stay playable? Just barely creeps over the fencing. Two-two. In the air to left again. This one should stay playable. It might spin back into fair territory. Wheel makes the catch, ranging all the way out into pretty deep left for a shortstop. And a first out recorded by Curaçao's star player to bring up Ross Castillo.
Now batting number 13, Castillo.
Castillo pulls that foul. Sofia Jacobus is hunched over. They're going to bring a trainer over to check on him. Did this baseball come up on him and hit him in the face?
Yeah, it looks like this ball just down the third baseline, just a tick foul, pops up and takes a bad hop, and it looks like it might have caused him to have a little busted lip right there. So
yeah, his nose
bleeding. Okay,
his nose bleeding. Well, it took a bad hop, but that hop wasn't necessarily bad in the sense that it's going to bounce over him. It just bounced a couple inches above his glove, off his wrist, and it changed the trajectory of the baseball. So he appears to be okay. That's what's most important.
A tough kid right there. Let's put a little tissue in the nose and let's keep playing.
So it's Castillo in an 0-1 count. Make it 0-2. Gonna have to work here to get back in this count. Ooh, almost yanked to the backstop again. They're playing Castillo as a dead pull hitter. And he'll ground it to third. Sofia Jacobus looks off the runner. And the throw to first in plenty of time. It's a nice play by Jacobus. He gets hit in the face, fields the ball cleanly, checks off the runner at second, and a good throw to first. That's what you like to see, the bounce back.
Yeah, it's textbook right there, and I like that strong arm across the diamond. But the ball will always seem to find you, especially after a tough bounce that he just took.
This is Kyle Lumbres. And in reading some of the information we were given about this tournament, manager for this Philippines team had this to say about Kyle. He said he wasn't part of our original team who played in the 12U division. So one time during the tryouts for the 13U, he went to the field alone, asking if he could try out for the team. He told him, let's see what you got. But on the first swing of the bat and his first throw from third to first, there was an understanding that there's a natural swing in there, and that natural swing pokes the baseball into left. Acosta Fernandez's throw was strong, and it holds the runner at third. So that's good timing. We'll finish our analysis on Lumbres after another look at this swing. But it almost brought home the tying run.
Yeah, and just look at this swing. It just really shows you the power that it had off the bat. And Jacobus tried to get a glove on it, but just too hard hit.
Told him, let's see what you got. From the first throw to first base, first swing. He has a natural strength that you can't teach any athlete. So he got picked for the U13, the U14, and the U15. But last year he told the team that he might quit baseball. Said manager of Philippines, Teddy Landicho, told him how much he loved him, talked to him heart to heart, and reminded him how loved he was by his teammates. Next training day, he was there. He didn't have to do a thing to try and convince Kyle Lumbres to stay. He was just like his old self, and manager says being his head coach and a father figure, he was happy to have his back. That is what this is all about. One, two. On the ground to short. Wheel flips to second. And Curaçao will retain their 2-1 lead. We've got a ball game here in Easley as we go.
Last night on the boards.
Yes, we did. The AUSL Pro Games taking place in Greenville, North Carolina, which I've been informed is not right up the road.
Ouch. You know, you can have all the protective gear up there, and sometimes the ball just seems to find you in just some different areas.
Yeah, that's right above the padding. The only thing I can think of that's the equivalent to that is, you ever have a Razor scooter as a kid?
Yeah, oh goodness.
That one's the worst.
You know, you have some hitters like Nick Castellanos who actually have inside guards because he hits the ball off of that high shin so much on the inside. He actually has a protective piece just for that part, so.
Well, the good news is he seems to be okay and is walking around a little bit. The bad news is if Maniac's paying attention, he's probably going to throw the pitch that he just threw right back in that same location. So Mohen looks like he's spry enough to continue in this game. An RBI single that brought home Davey J. Rika and opened the scoring in this one. Where it currently sits at a 2-1 scoreline. Gordon Beckham and I were talking about the San Diego Padres helmet that Mohen is wearing. And we wondered if he got that helmet from Jerks and Profar.
Very likely. He took the flap off. You can see the glue or the adhesive that it puts on the left earpiece. And he said, I don't need that.
0-2 on the ground to short.
Not an easy play.
Bispo doesn't have it. And you said it as the ball was on the ground. Not an easy play, ranging to his left. We'll see how this is scored. I assume it'll be an error, but Another good swing by Mohen.
Yeah, Mohen's getting out of the box pretty quick right here, and you know, I think if you could do it over again as a shortstop, you would come and instead of trying to field that two-handed, you would get around the baseball and maybe work through it with one hand and maybe throw it on the run to first base.
So it is a fielding error by the shortstop, a bunt laid down by the number 8 hitter, Kishore Hinkel, and his sacrifice moves the runner up. That big body, I don't think anybody was expecting him to lay one down, but that's how Curaçao plays. They're going to scratch some runs across.
Now batting number 12, Jacobus.
Shamar Sophia Jacobus singled back in the third. He scored the leading run. Now he has the chance to give Curaçao a little breathing room. Favorite team, the Atlanta Braves. Now, you might wonder why the Atlanta Braves. You're in Curaçao. You could pick any team as this pitch spiked in the dirt, gets off the netting. Mala takes a minute to find it, and in that minute, Mohen moves on to third. Let's just talk about some of the players that have come from Curaçao. Andrew Jones, who was elected to the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame this year. Jair Jurgens, that's a Brave. Jurickson Profar, Padre, also a Brave. Ozzy Albies, Atlanta Brave. Kenley Jansen, a few years ago, was an Atlanta Brave. And Andrelton Simmons, he was a Brave. So from Andrew Jones on, the Braves have not necessarily had a monopoly on the fan base within Curaçao, but you see some of your fellow countrymen playing primarily for one team. You develop a big fan base in that part of the world.
Andrew Jones, so much fun to watch. Really enjoyed watching that guy go and get it out in center field.
Ball and 2 strikes, infield in for the Philippines. Manaig has done great work today. He's experienced a good amount of traffic, but has pitched extremely well. 1-2. Manaig's offering to Sophia Jacobus is popped up. Shallow center. Infield was in. Castillo coming in. It's the left fielder that drops it. Marudo can't make the catch. Another run comes in to score. The wind was whipping that baseball around, and Curaçao gets a little blue pit for their third run of the game.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough play, kind of in no man's land, especially when you have the infield in and when you're running in as fast as you can. And Marudo, I mean, I feel like it was just a very tough play for him, and Curaçao adds on.
Now batting number 9, Smith Larry.
That one has to hurt for Manaig. He executed his pitch. He did things the right way. Looks like we might see a special pinch runner coming into the game. That's Tashiro Anderson at first. But Manaig makes his pitch. He gets a weak pop out slash shallow flyout to left. Can't make the catch. I mean, you make that catch, it's unlikely that Mohen is tagging from third base.
Yeah, I think he was going back anyway, but as the ball kind of trickled away, he had time to get home.
Just one out. See if Anderson is in play. Two balls and a strike. Perez Spitaleri reached on a walk. Runner going. Good move to first. They've got him in a rundown. The tag is going to be made by the shortstop, Vispo. Tough to run on lefties. They get a longer look at you. And a bit too aggressive by Anderson there.
Yeah, I will say it's a first move, first leg lift type of move off of the new runner, but I feel like the guys over in the Philippines kind of had an idea that he would be running, so put on a little pick play and work to their benefit right there.
Perez Spitaleri pops it up. Manai goes all the way to essentially where a normal on-deck circle would be. Makes it to the warning track, and it goes into the first row of bleachers.
Love the hustle.
I mean, look at these wheels. I wonder if this guy plays the outfield when he's not on the mound. Mala, the catcher, has had some difficulty in reading balls in the dirt and getting his head turned around, so I wonder if that factors in. 2-2. Curaçao is added on. Thanks to an RBI single by Shamar Sofia Jacobus. Full count, pitch number 79 incoming.
Basic.
3-2 is outside, ball 4. It's the 4th walk from Daniel Manai.
Now batting number 7, Will.
Jadelin Wheel smokes that to third. It's caught on a line at the hot corner by Lumbris. What a play! Might have robbed Wheel of an extra base hit. Might have robbed Curaçao of another run.
Yeah, look at this hot third base, but Lumbris, and it kind of tailed down at him.
First pitch is up and in. That little kid was fascinated by the metal seating. 1-0 popped foul to the right side. 1-1. There we go. She said, you know what? We're sticking around. I thought I was going that way, but little hand straight down. Nope. 2 balls and a strike. Families enjoying the Senior League World Series. Explaining the great game of baseball to the kids. When I was that age, I just could only verbalize one thing, is ball. That's about it.
You probably couldn't sit still.
You know what's funny is I could only verbalize ball then, and through our first couple games of this tournament, I used that word a lot. 3-2. High and tight. Ball 4. So a leadoff walk for the Philippines gives them a good start to the 5th.
Now batting number 8, Platon.
Janiel Platon will hit with a runner on first, but a mound visit from Erwin Benito will move Martinez from the game. So Curaçao is going to make a change here, protecting a 2-run lead. We'll go to break and give you more info on who's coming in relief. That makes it easy on us. So straight switch between Emperador, Wheel, and Rika.
And you got to think, with it being an elimination game and Wheel coming in, he's one of their better players and better arms.
Do a little research. He's pitched quite a bit. I imagine he's been scouted and signed as a shortstop middle infielder. But a quick little search on the Google machine should tell us a little bit more. Pitch outside. No indication, just high prospect. This is hit out to center. Emperador has that measured up. 1 out.
Now batting number 19, Atienza.
Ajid Atienza golfs that back. Nice barehanded catch off the screening by Perez Spitaleri. Expecting cloudy conditions most of the day. Atienza's favorite musical artist is One Direction. A little bit of advice from the booth: if he can guide the baseball in one direction to the right side, he's probably going to have a hit. And the famous line drive back into the netting keeps a couple of athletics fans on their toes.
Go A's.
Called strike 3, and Atienza is caught looking.
Good pitch by Wheel, and like we said, when he came in, he's going to be one of those guys that can command the zone. The curveball that kind of just sits at the top of the zone, and Atienza thought it was going to stay up there, but it actually came down.
This is shot to deep right. It's over the head of Mohan. Moving to third, Monterey. He's rounding third. The relay throw home is in time. They got him. Monterey tried to get around the tag. He put his right paw around the catcher, but a great relay from Mohan to DeCaster to Perez Spitaleri eliminates a run opportunity for the Philippines.
What a great relay right there. Benet with another there. Played with him in the Futures game in 2015. played against him in the Cape Cod League in 2012. A lot of good talent up there. But I would say some cool moments between him and I, and really happy for all the success that he's having. And when it's all said and done, he might be in the Hall of Fame.
I certainly think he's got as good of a case as anyone. Alexander Roche-Provasia will pinch hit for Yidiel de Caster. Bottom of the 5th. Curaçao leading the Philippines. Again, the winner of this game will play Canada right after this game, back to back. It's just how the scheduling worked out. I wonder if that's going to be an advantage or a disadvantage for whatever team wins this game. On one hand, you've played a full 7 innings. There's a stamina factor that comes into play, but on the other, you're already warmed up.
Good
There's
pitch by
another
Van
strikeout
out there. Wow. I know he's at 85 pitches, but the stamina from him has been impressive, and a lot of base runners have been coming through, but he's been able to stay within himself.
Manaig has kept his team in this game. Almost made it a 1-run game with his double to the gap in right center. It went over the head of Mohen. It's back-to-back games for us watching where the pitcher has been the MVP, not only on the mound, but also at the plate.
You got to do it yourself, too. I think, you know, when you're on the mound and then you get up to the plate, you're like, I want some run support. I need something to get going here.
Ball and no strikes. Davy J. Rika. This is a Curaçao team that managed just 2 total hits versus Canada. They'll look to get some revenge should this score hold. But they're much more balanced in their second game against Australia. 6 different players recorded at least 1 hit, and 6 different players had an RBI. So up and down the order, you saw production. Today, just 3 hits and another strikeout. Manaig is making the most out of the final pitches he has left in this game. He's struck out 7.
Now batting number 8, Acosta.
Joshua Acosta Fernandez, strikeout and a walk. He's 0 for 1. Mike just keeps on dealing.
You know, we talked about his bat as well. He was a righty hitter. Righty hitter?
Don't see that very often.
Yeah, righty hitter, lefty thrower. Not too many guys in the big leagues do that. It can be done, but it's very, very seldom.
So he's going to need 4 days of rest. Already over that 76 pitch threshold. Rapidly approaching 95, but with 1 more, he can end the inning and keep it a 2-run game. 0-2. Knuckled foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Thinking about left-handed throwers, right-handed hitters, you played with one.
Chas McCormick.
Chas McCormick.
Did you like that?
0-2. Slashed down the line, but foul.
You didn't think I had that in the bag, did you?
Your eyes went really wide because I was putting you on the spot. See, you are many things, but a bad teammate I don't think is one of them. You pay attention to the people that you work with.
Well, if you think about the numbers, right now there's fewer than 40 active MLB players that bat right-handed and throw left-handed.
And most of them are pitchers.
So
they don't get to hit.
Very rare feat.
I always get a kick out of that. I feel like it's working against themselves. Being a left-handed hitter is awesome. 0-2. Hit in the air to right. Playable for Platone. He loses his cap. Makes a basket catch. So a 1-2-3 fifth. A very good morning of baseball for Manaig. Look at this catch.
And this is one of the harder catches to do when you're in right field. You break back because of the lefty. Looks like he gets the ball a little bit better than he does, and then breaking in and making a basket catch. So
Daniel Manaig that ended up with a perfect relay from Curaçao's defense. That retired Charles Monterey at the plate and kept it at a 3-1 game. Now Justin Maruto will swing and foul one past the third base bag. Nothing in 2. The breaking ball, appeal down, he didn't go. I hope you'll join us for our noon coverage of Canada versus whoever wins this game.
Good pitch by Will right there. I like that pitch, especially after a slow breaking ball on the dirt, just to say, hey, it's 1-2. I'm just going to go fastball right at you. See if you can hit it. And especially after seeing something very slow to very fast, the reaction time from Maruto just couldn't catch up to the fastball.
Yeah, there's life on that heat, and then he comes back with that.
Now batting number 16, Mala.
Jerwin Mala struck out, popped out to short. Philippines, very interesting country. Similar to Curaçao in the sense there's influence from several different places, sky to center, and Emperador does a nice job tracking that down. 2 away. A lot of Spanish influence, of course, Asian influence from the region that it's located in. How about this play from Emperador to read this baseball with the cloudy skies?
Good overall play right there, and he got a good break on the ball and looks comfortable out there.
Pitch hitter's going to come in. Cyrus Vispo.
Now batting number 3.
He's described as the fastest player on this team. His brother Arkin Vispo hitting in the number 9 spot. And they just put the fastest runner on the team aboard on a hit by pitch. Back to the Philippines, Tony. It's a nation that has several languages spoken. That's a good place to get hit if it's a fastball. The main language is Tagalog, which,
now batting number 14, Lucas.
much like Papiamentu, which is spoken in Curaçao, is a blend of multiple different dialects. Nothing in 2. Left a hanger, and Lumbres was a touch early. I'd also feel remiss if, when talking about the Philippines, ask you, have you ever been out to karaoke with somebody who's from the Philippines?
I have not, but I heard they have good voices.
Incredible. There are videos online of people going to karaoke bars in the Philippines, and you're hearing the best singers you've ever heard. In fact, Journey found their new lead singer from a karaoke event in the Philippines, Arnel Pineda. Breaking ball, and somehow Kyle Lumbris fought it off.
I actually love that.
Isn't that amazing?
Imagine just going to sing some karaoke and then all of a sudden these people are just absolutely blowing pipes.
They say you're an incredible singer. Check swing. He couldn't hold up. Well, right now, the only one making sweet music is Curaçao. They lead 3-1 and look for more.
And
Good
Wheel
pitch.
just doing a great job changing eye levels, and the hitter just knew right there, going way out of his zone.
3-1 your score. First pitch that he can face Tamir Mohen. But look at his numbers. He's had a great morning at the ballpark. And there's strike one. So this will indeed be the final batter he faces. Parador's 0 for 2. He's 0 for the World Series.
Tough line out for him in that earlier bat. I just wanted to see it fall for him.
Take down and away. He's happy though. His team is leading by 2, and if all goes according to plan, that's who they'll meet in just about an hour's time. Canada rolling into JB Red Owen Sports Complex. 1-1. Hit in the air to center. Parador slams his bat, and Castillo will make the play. So that'll be it for Daniel Manaig. Philippines will make a pitching change, and he is so deserving of every bit of applause that he gets. He walks off the mound stoically. Whoever comes in to pitch is going to have a tough act to follow. But the Philippines, down by 2 runs, would have been down by a lot more if it weren't for that young man.
Yeah, and he did have a couple walks, but still I feel like he did a great job overall.
Big point coming up in this game. New pitcher, Manaig, who had a great morning of baseball. 5 1/3 strong innings, scattered 3 hits, gave up 3 runs with only 2 of them being earned. 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. That's the number that really is astounding. 7 strikeouts against a really talented Curaçao team. So with Marudo coming in, I don't even have to change my scorebook because his brother Jacob moves to his left field spot. Go call to strike. Tamir Mohen has been one of the more impressive players we've seen. Singled and reached on an error. 2 balls and a strike. Philippines has to keep this game at a 2-run difference.
Man, he cuts hair. Special talent, barber. He can do it all.
They could make contact there. A strikeout for Marudo, his first of the morning. 2 retired in the 6th.
Marudo fresh on the mound and just challenging Mohen right there. Can't catch up to the heater.
Kishore Hinkle could, in all likelihood, be the final hitter of the game for Curacao if all goes according to plan. Well, it's actually not Kishore Hinkle. It's Anderson, who came in as a special pinch runner back in the 4th inning. One. Swing and a miss. That's a good slider there from Marudo. Philippines has really good pitching. In their regional, they held their opponents to just 6 runs over the course of 5 games. You can't do that if you can't pitch the baseball. So far in the tournament, they gave up 3 to Venezuela, no runs to Czechia, and 3 runs to Curaçao. Not exactly an easy path, and they've weathered the storm as best they could. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for the Philippines. Marudo strikes out both hitters he faces.
My favorite all-time home runs I've ever hit in my career. Off of that guy.
Bet you love playing with him too.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where I think I was behind him when he got his 3,000th career punchy. So yeah, that was definitely a cool feat to be behind him. And when it's all said and done, I think he came out and said this was his last year and he's going to hang up the spikes. And I'll be tuning in when he has his Hall of Fame speech.
One of the game's best. Justin Verlander, inspiration to a lot of young pitchers. So many great years in Detroit, Houston, as that goes underneath Rica's glove. So now the tying run comes to the plate.
Yeah, and for Rica, he did everything right here, and on the short hop, he wanted to get it with his one glove hand. I think it was just his first step, and then when he tried to work through the baseball, instead of getting that one short hop, it just stayed down off of that hop.
Ball on the ground, right side, ranging over to Castor. He throws to second in time. What a delivery by the second baseman. I mean, to be able to feed that baseball accurately to the covering Rica, high degree of difficulty on that play.
Yeah, this is not an easy play by any means, because once you field this baseball, you have to completely get your body angled to second base. But in his mind, he's wanting to get that lead runner. Great job.
That's actually a defensive substitute, not DeCaster. That's Alexander Roach Pravasia. Nonetheless, still a great play by the middle infield. Curaçao is 2 outs away from meeting Canada in about 30 minutes. Fly ball hit to center. Parador is there. So the lifeline is Adrian Atienza. He's reached base twice, struck out looking back in the 5th. This might be it for Jadelyn Wheel.
Trying to keep him under 30 pitches.
We're used to paying more attention to the top end of the pitch count limitations.
Final pitch count, 31.
And it looks like it's going to be a straight switch. Davy J. Rika is going to check in. We'll go to break where Curaçao is 1 out away from moving on to face Canada. Brings Davy J. Rika out to the mound. Tying run at the plate. Got your number 3 hitter. If ever there were a time for a long ball, it's right now, but ground ball hit to second. It's off the glove of Wheel and into center. He tried to take it to the bag. It bounced off of him, caromed into right, and now the Philippines have him on the corners. What a wonky play.
Yeah, and the tough part about this is it's with 2 outs, the ball kind of skips off, and I think he tried to charge it and get it on second base just a little too fast. Will had a little bit more time. I think if he would do the play over again, he would kind of just let the ball just come to him for one more hop and then just touch the bag. But from coming from the mound back to going to shortstop, you kind of have a little bit of discrepancy in between those 2 positions.
I'm surprised that Philippines aren't using a special pinch runner, especially considering that Daniel Manaig hit a double to the gap his last time up. That could be enough to tie this game. Been the MVP for the Philippines. RBI single, a double that almost brought home that second run. Imagine if it did. And now, pitch goes high and off the netting. The Philippines won't advance the runner home, but moving into second and into scoring position is Rodried Atienza. So now a single might get us tied. That splits the plate. So a payoff pitch with the 2 tying runs in scoring position. All the pressure on Manaig. And he'll take low and outside. Bases loaded, 2 out. He didn't expand his zone. High level of baseball being played here, Tony.
And here we go. Things have gotten real interesting in these past 10 minutes. Bases loaded, down by 2. The Philippines haven't scored since the 3rd inning. And now Curaçao is going to have a little meeting on the mound just to talk it over.
2 errors by the shortstop this inning. One by Rika, who's now the pitcher, and one by Wheel, who was the pitcher at the start of the inning and now is back at short. Here's some of the local fans supporting Justin Maruto. He struck out back-to-back hitters, and he is hacking on the first pitch. He wanted it all. Left fielder Acosta Fernandez playing deep. 0-1 pitch. Now it's 0-2. Got a couple of fastballs to drive. Couldn't quite time them up. He's choked up on his bat to deal with the velocity. Put the ball in play and good things happen. 0-2. Left the bat on his shoulder. Curaçao strikes him out. Rika closes the door. Curaçao advances, and they'll have a grudge match against Canada in just a few short minutes.
What a final play by Curaçao right there. What a game. Good close game.
It was there for the taking for the Philippines. They loaded the bases with 2 outs. They pitched well, but it's all smiles from this group. They know how well they played, they battled, they competed, they traveled from almost 9,000 miles away to be here, and nobody's hanging their heads, nor should they.
Yeah, and I think the way they battled, man, exactly what you said. Nobody should be hanging their head, especially from that Philippine side. They played hard. They almost came up with a victory, and they gave themselves a chance to win there at the end. So nothing to hang their head about.